The music, the lyrics, the sounds we create, that rhythm that beats in our hearts, mixed and then mastered, perfectly framed together to be pieced apart. Did you hear it?
What up, y'all? Welcome to Pieced Apart. It's your host, Miss Ruby, and today I'm joined by a guest.
What up, Henry?
This is my baby brother. He's really tall, so we're not going to stand up because that's not important. Today he's here to assist me in breaking down the lyrics within Lupe Fiasco's song Form Follows Function off of his Food and Liquor 2 album. Somebody left a request. As a matter of fact, thank you to one of my loyal subscribers, Eric Wayne, and Can you read that?
Abdurrahman
and Shar. Thank you. Okay, so prior to hearing this song, I can't recall hearing the term or the phrase form follows function, but I looked it up, and it originated in architecture, and the man who created the slogan basically was expressing the idea that the function of the building is more important than the form. And obviously Lupe Fiasco was talking about this in his rap. So
basically the form of his rap, the way he delivers it, and the style with which he delivers it in is just a byproduct of the function of his rap. And for Lupe, the function of his rap, I'd say it's all about educating the people.
Yeah, I always like to think of like Lupe Fiasco as like a lyrical revolutionist. He wants to see so much evolve within music because that is his craft, but at the same time, he doesn't just do music for the sake of like trying to be hot, trying to make money. Like this is actually his method of speaking to the people. So in his message in this song, the purpose of his music is more important than the aesthetic value. It's more important than how good it sounds, how decorated his lyrics are, how much it's selling. You know what I mean? What's most important is the content.
The content.
By the way, this is my little baby Christmas tree. It's a baby too.
Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Merry Christmas.
Have a safe and happy holidays.
Bye. Just kidding. So there are like 1,000,001 lines in this song. We're gonna go through, just kind of like try to go through every stanza together. The first stanza, Lupe is basically giving shout outs. First he shouts out his niggas. No, shout outs my niggas. Then he shouts out his inner demon. Okay, so here's where it gets kind of creepy. That's like the part of us that creeps up and convinces us that we need to be something other than ourselves. Like Lupe Fiasco, he's a rapper. Like it's like in a space that's kind of underpopulated. You know what I mean? A lot of people are listening out for music that is not the kind of music that he makes. Like we want to hear that hype stuff, club music, whatever. And Lupe is aware of that. You know. So I think his inner demon is that part of him that kind of tells him sometimes, hey man, come on, just like come over here, like, you know, do this, change, you know, dumb it down. Especially when he says ready to set me off like Vivica or cross like a crucifix. So basically cross himself, his true self. Vivica Fox is an actress that played in one of my favorite movies, Set It Off. If you look at a Buddhist monk meditating, these are his words, they usually sit with their legs crossed.
So he follows that line up with thinking as deep as the sea of salt, so basically the ocean, and they sink in the same sea that we walk. Not that we Jesus, we just don't wait until it thaws. Basically, they're thinking deep, we aren't thinking deep. It's almost like our thought processes are happening on the surface, and we're not walking on water, not like Jesus. We're just not waiting until it thaws. We're not being patient, we're not thinking deep enough.
And what's funny is when I first heard that line, before I heard anything else, I was like, hold on. We ain't Jesus. And so I really like that, Lupe, I really like that you address that, just because like when I analyze lyrics, people are always like quick to just like pull one line out and they don't pay attention to what's said before or after, and it's easy to criticize somebody and make someone out to be like they're trying to be holier than thou and, you know, blasphemous and, you know, all the other crazy things that we hear about rappers. So
after that he says, but you can hold my hand like applause, pause. Now it's a good continuation from the last line, because think about it, you're walking on thin ice, right? It's a situation where you want somebody to hold your hand. It's a little dangerous, but not in a gay way. Mm-hmm. So he had to put the pause there at the end. But
I don't get, you can hold my hand like applause. What does that mean?
And like you hold the applause, pause.
When do you hold an applause? I've never heard that.
Hold the applause, like hold your applause for the end.
Oh, you can thank me now. Continuing, no homophobia involved. And now if I would have told you to hold my balls, like in VFW balls, I mean, that would have been gay. So VFW stands for Veterans of Foreign Wars. I've never heard of this organization, but I guess within their facility they hold balls regularly. Balls as in like the dance?
Yeah.
You know, like the one off of Cinderella. When I was a little girl, I used to always want to go to a ball like the one Cinderella went to, but I just never. But you can't see in ours, but we can see in y'all's. You can't see in ours because ours is Kingdom Halls.
The Kingdom Halls, basically, they're places of worship for Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're known for a lot of them don't have windows, so you can't see into them. It's kind of a metaphor for his mind, and just like you can't see inside of it. There's a lot of deep stuff going on in there. So he continues his whole pond metaphor in the second verse and makes a reference to Wayne Gretzky, hockey player. So when that pond thaws and it's no longer Gretzky, so you're not on ice anymore, it's water, that's when we jet ski. Obviously, if it's water now, you can't skate like Wayne Gretzky, you gotta use a jet ski.
Yeah, I have no idea who Wayne Gretzky is. Look, this is the reason why I do these lyrical breakdowns, like period, because like I don't get anything. Like I'm just like the people who make requests. Like I don't get anything, then I go do research and I understand it. And look, I don't need school. I can just break down rap lyrics. I don't need to watch TV. Like I can just break down rap lyrics. I don't need to go to church. I'm just kidding. So bam, the pond thawed. Now we're jet skiing, so we're still on top of the water, but now we're moving even faster.
Right, because in the next line, he's got to catch up to himself. I kind of left me, he says. He wants to know if the windows are still blocked up. So he continues that metaphor from the previous verse. He wants to know, okay, are the windows still up? Can I still not see outside? Can no one still see in?
That's good. A lot of times rappers don't really continue on with the reference in the second verse. Like once the chorus comes, that's like, cool, man. All right, I'm good. Because like I know, because I write songs sometimes, it's just hard to get those last couple lines out. So he got that out. He's like, I'm not done. Like I'm still talking about what I was talking about before. So maybe he's like been in the stew all day cooking food for thought. So first thing I hear, stew is short for studio. I go to the studio all the time. I call it the stew. But then in the next line, when he's like, now out the soup du jour for you and yours. So he's talking about soup. So stew is another word for soup. The whole point is he's making music to feed us. You know what I mean? Same way that you'd be fed if you ate some stew, right?
And like he said, he's been in the stew all day. That's why I wanted to know, like, are the windows still blocked up?
I understand you caught something that I didn't catch, but like for you to keep bringing it up, I feel like now you're like trying to, you know, like.
No, we're learning together.
No,
remember?
I feel like you calling me out, like.
I'm just encouraging Miss Ruby to step her game up.
Oh, might find sushi for your soul. We call that moving raw because sushi, if you've never had it, is made up majority of raw fish. Now, me personally, not that this has anything to do with it, but like I don't really like sushi with like the big slabs of raw fish with the eyeballs looking at you. But I could do like some California rolls.
It's not sushi. It's not really sushi.
But the way I feel about it is there's a small chunk of like raw meat in there.
It's not really sushi.
Anyways, if you're moving raw, that means like you just like delivering like that real, like this is like unedited, uncut, that late night, 12 o'clock midnight BET sushi. We should start calling that sushi.